Hey team, I just wanted to make you a really quick video because I'm kind of like cleaning up my desk and my notebooks, and I'm actually going to be starting to use Joelle's 5 subject notebook tracking system. I'm making it my own. I'm making my um, categories a little bit different to me, and I'm also still going to use Asana for like tracking my conversations with people, because that way I can just copy and paste stuff over and I don't have to like write it all over. But I wanted to share with you guys my planner that I used last year. It's 2013, and I was just going through it, and I thought it would be a good idea to share it with you guys because I know most of you are still working full time, and that's where I was last year. I wish I had my planner from like 2012 when I was still in school. Well, 2011 and 2012 when I was still in school, so you guys could see how I planned that out. But this will be good too because last year I was working full time. I was personal training, and I was planning a wedding. So my life was crazy too. So I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like and how I planned it out. I know I've made a video back then about how I planned my day out and everything was like laid out, but I actually want to show you guys what it looks like. So let me try. Okay, so it's going to look crazy. It's going to look like scattered, but it really worked for me. I color coordinated everything. So here's what I did. Okay, so here's just an example of a week. I don't know if you guys can see this. So each color means a different thing. Now let's see if I can find what they mean. Color coordinated everything. I probably could figure out what they are. So I just literally planned out my days in my week ahead of time. So in the mornings, it looks like was my business time in yellow, workout time. I even planned in there when I was eating every day. I had scheduled out the chunk of time in blue that I was at my full-time job. When I was eating, when I was at my full-time job, what I had at night, like personal training sessions, team calls, working more. I had everything planned out. I also had, let's see, I also did things like this, sticky notes. So like each day I had a drill down, written down, or like a to-do of my whole day. It was laid out. So like at each time, 7 to 10:45 in the morning, I was at my day job. And my hours were crazy at my day job, you guys. I wasn't there like, it wasn't always like 9 to 5. I was there when he needed me. So like, there was some days where he had a lot of patients in the morning. So I was there from like 7 to 11, and then he might have had like a huge gap of nobody. So then I would go home, and then if he had a couple, like a big part of like a bunch of people come in the afternoon, I'd come back in. So it was really crazy before it had gotten like I was full time, because I was supposed to be part time. So I was like trying to not work over like 30 hours, 40 hours. So I was just coming in when he needed me, which made my schedule really crazy. So I would literally have it planned out. So like my whole day was planned out, just like here. Can you see that? It's kind of backwards, but you'll get the point. So that's what I did every day. I planned it out like that. I also had my weeks planned out like each month. So like what I was gonna do each day for the whole week and month. So like Mondays, here, I had a thing of what I was doing Monday. So Mondays to do was add, message, and follow people, inbox 2 new friends, respond to messages, reply to comments, checking in with groups. That's something I was doing daily. Tuesday, same as Monday, but then I was going to post about my upcoming group, read, send e-cards out. Wednesday was same as Monday and Tuesday, but then I was going to add, check into the online office, listen to Mindy's call, email, check in with five of my coaches. So each day I had that, what my business to do was going to be for each day. So I had that each week. I also planned out the month ahead of time, usually had that planned out. Let me find one. Let's do July. So I had, I had my plan for the month. So like up here, I'd have challengers, so like July challengers. So when I filled my challenge groups, I'd have them in here. I have new coaches I signed. I had, like, I was starting a challenge group this week, free clean eating, stuff I had going on the weekend. So I had it all planned out in this planner. And this planner it's a planner like a, it's basically broken down like hourly, I believe, every 15 minutes. So every 15 increments, it goes all day. I did in the summer when I was working like full time. That's when my hours started to go. It started going like 9 to 4:35 full time. So then I was actually like keeping track of who I was talking to on a daily basis, because I was actually doing some of my business hours at work. So I would write down like, okay, here are the new people I talked to, and I put their name here. Here are the shares I had for the day. Here are the follow-ups I need to do. So when I was doing my work, I was just, like writing down who I was talking to on a daily basis, and then I'd check off when I followed up with these people. So if you're somebody who wants to keep track of everything that way, you can do it all in here. You can do it all in a planner if you need that. I'm going to be using Joelle's 5-subject notebook to do that, since I don't keep a planner around with me anymore. I put everything on my phone. So I use my iCalendar on my phone for like planning out my months and all that kind of stuff. So I don't want to put people in there like I did for my planner, where I wrote people in there, but I'm going to put that in my notebook system. And I also will put in Asana, who I'm talking to about what and all that kind of stuff too. So I hope that helps for you guys who are new coaches. And it's really just, it comes down to finding a system that works for you. When I first started, I wish I had a notebook that I had. When I first started, I literally had like a notebook like this, and I would write in there like every day what I was doing. So like today I talked to 5 people about like coaching, and then I'd write down their names. I read for 30 minutes. I did this, I did that, I did that, I did that, and I just wrote it out. That's how I kept track of it then. So whatever works for you for tracking, just use that until you get to a point where you're like, okay, I need something new. But everybody's going to be different, so what works for you might not work for somebody else. But just find what works for you. Is it a planner? Is it a notebook system? Is it something on the computer? Just find what works for you and just stick with it until you get into that habit of tracking what you're doing every single day. There's also checklists out there. Carrie has a ton of checklists you guys can use for like, even I would still use something for tracking that you're actually like literally writing people's names down of who you're talking to and how many shares and how many follow-ups and stuff you're doing every day. But you can use Carrie's checklist saying something like this. You can print this out and just do like, if you've messaged 2 to 3 people, you can check it off. But then I would either use this or I would use a notebook and write down who you actually talked to. That way you're keeping track of it that way too. So I hope this helped you guys. Let me know if you have any other questions or any other videos that you want me to make, and have a great weekend.